With Strike, you can match up to 10 numbers and win $2,500. In between, so easy to play, offering up to $6,000. Get your Instacash Strike and In Between tickets at Lotto agents. And remember, with Instacash, there's no waiting for a draw, and you can win instantly.
The public is asked to note that chiropractor Dr. Edmund Seeley is now conducting clinic and will see patients by appointments only. To make an appointment, call 456-9318 or 531-5318.
The biggest concert to end off 2024 is going down at the Pier 1 Beach Club.
Saturday, December 21st.
SVG, get ready for Roll Deep.
Roll Deep, the concert.
Featuring one of Jamaica's biggest artists. Are you ready for 10 Tick?
Come on, do it, the switch down. Roll deep, put it out, roll. R.I.P. to the real OGs.
10 Tick.
10 Tick live on stage.
Alongside special performances by
Vince's top artists and DJs. Tickets are going fast. Get yours now. Early bird $40.
General admission $60.
$75 at the door.
VIP $200.
Get yours at Janice Bar in Baga.
Nature Care Layu.
Video Extreme in Cattell.
Boom 106.9 Falls Avenue.
And 4 shells.
This is the one event you can't afford to miss.
Roll Deep, the concert.
Featuring 10 Tick.
Brought to you by Boom 106.9 FM.
Video Extreme.
Village Ram.
ITV.
With Brent.
And Nature Care.
Well, good evening. It's Sports Highlights one more time, and I am live in the studio. For the last 3 months, I've been doing it live outside of the studio. Was in the USA. Well, we ain't gonna waste time tonight. We're gonna start off tonight's Sports Highlights with the Top Belay Progressive Organization softball cricket competition. Action is happening there, coming to a close. We got Junior Bacchus inside with us. Junior, good evening. Junior, there? You ready? Hello? Junior?
Good evening, Dougie, and good evening to your listeners
Right.
and viewers, I must say. Yes, I'm here. You're hearing me?
Loud and
Hello?
clear. Loud and clear.
Yes, I am here.
Okay. Yes, I'm hearing you loud
You're
and
not
clear.
hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear.
I am here. Oh, good.
Yes.
Nice. Great.
Okay. So we have the top belay going on.
All right. Yes.
Yeah. Top
Good.
belay is on running. Been running for some time. Give us a rundown of what has happened so far for those who haven't heard from the horse's mouth yet. You heard me? What
Okay. Well, the
go
Top
ahead.
Belay Progressive Organization has been hosting the. Yes, I heard you, Dougie.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm hearing you very loud and clear.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we have been hosting this competition now. Yeah, we have been hosting this tournament over 30 years now. We have been going on. And we are this year's competition, which started in September, a bit late. That has affected the participation this year in terms of the number of teams. It also impacted by some really unusual weather, because this year we had quite a lot of rain. So we had some challenges both with the weather and with the number of teams participating. In fact, some teams even had to drop out in the early stages. So we actually got started in September with 18 teams, and we had positioned each zone, 3 zones of 6. But about 3 teams drop out, so the competition numbers went down. Well, I shouldn't say drop out, because we have a policy. If a team failed to turn up for 2 games, then we are removing them from the tournament.
Mhm.
So that impacted on 3 of those teams. the we are now at the stage where we have concluded the preliminaries, and we will be concluding the knockout, the quarterfinals this weekend, and we will begin the semifinals also this weekend. We we are jamming the games, I must say. Other persons have been complaining about that. We are not we are not leaving any space. The reason for that is that there's the potential that rain may very well affect a game. And at this stage in the tournament, the game must finish. It's not a case where if rain affect the game, then you could share points. You must conclude with a winner. So we jam the games in over this weekend with the potential that there will be some space in the following weekend, the final weekend, where if a game failed to finish this weekend, then we could easily take advantage of the space that we left for the final weekend. But the competition will conclude on Sunday the 15th, with the finals being played sometime in the afternoon. There's no game set for the morning, but that is deliberate in case the third place playoff affected by rain, or semifinals affected, and then they have to push the third place playoff. So there is the possibility two games could very well happen on the final day. But that's where it is. We had some challenges, as I said, and with the teams dropping out, there are several teams that went on into the knockout stage with with points that they gain from either rain affected games, or the points awarded to them because the team drop out. So not some of them didn't play a lot of cricket, but this is what it is. We had set out the way the competition will conclude. We had a meeting yesterday with the among the organizers, and we have finalized everything for this upcoming weekend. Maybe I need to share a little bit in terms of the what will happen on the final weekend. Remember, this tournament is sponsored for the last 25 or so years by the National Lotteries Authority. So we have continued to provide fairly good prizes. The winning team for the tournament gets a total of $3,000. The second place gets, I am not going to go into the other prizes because I don't want to quote a number on the radio and then I am wrong and they hold me to it. But the top prize is $3,000 for the winning team this year. But all the four top teams get prizes: for second, third, and fourth. Right? So that those prices are normally delivered in cash on the final day. So that is our plan, along with trophies and other gifts. There are people in the community, I must say, like a guy by the name of Nan John. He has put up $500 of his personal money to emphasize discipline. So team that turn out to be the most disciplined team will get some cash prize in addition to trophies from that money. We have a number of other people from the community who support, and we encourage the community to come out on the 15th for the finals. Well, this weekend will be interesting because there are some very good teams that are going to battle in the semi-final stage. There are some strong teams that are going to face each other at that stage. So to me, the semi-final is going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very competitive semi-final this year.
Mhm. We are well because I
Okay,
noticed
so I would
before
stay there
before
for
you
now
go.
in
Yes,
case
yeah.
there's any other question, Dougie.
Yeah, well, first of
Yeah.
all, I want to make a comment, and I've been, as you know, I've been following on the internal chat that you have me on, so I have an idea of what because, but I don't always linger a lot
The
because
chat, yes.
some of the information
Right.
is really not for me, you know. Um, whilst I understand what is happening, so and I know the difficulty of running a league, especially of that magnitude
Right.
because you have persons coming from all over and you have also persons with different dispositions
Hmm.
and not everybody is going to agree with the management of the league because they want it their way
Yes.
and sometimes you have to make unpopular decisions because and I understand the reason why
That is
you,
exactly what happened.
you cram certain games in because you have to leave space for incidentals and that is what has happened with Jordan because given the tremendous amount of rain that
Yeah.
has
All
curtailed the
right.
tournament.
Well, Dougie, let me just, yeah, let me interject.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead.
If I will interject on the whole question of how we teams come up to play against each other. Yeah, yeah, the teams come up to play against each other by we all your clock establish a system. We anticipated well there will be 16 teams going into the knockout stage. And the normal principle we use is that team one will play team 16, right? And then team two will play team 15, team three play team 14. But what happened this year, because the three teams drop out from the 18, we ended up with 15 teams. So clearly, you can't have the 8 games into the in that knockout stage because you have 15 teams.
Hmm.
So what we have decided was to take the team that came top points with the best run rate. If there are two teams with the same amount of points, you then use the net run rate to determine who is the top team. So
Hmm.
that top team got a bye into the quarterfinals. And then we take the other 14 teams and then we have the 7 games. And then we have the natural combination where winner of game one, two, three, and four play the winner of game eight, 8, 7, 6, and 5.
Yep, I got
It
you.
coming in that kind of format. So the format has always been what we have always used that over the years.
And once you don't have
So
that
I couldn't. It's only a case where we ended up with 15 teams. And persons. Yeah, go ahead, doggy.
I think you are hearing me on a delay and I don't know where
Yeah,
you're
I know we're on
listening.
a delay system, so
No, yeah, so
the point is, yeah, that's why. Yeah, I, yeah.
okay, look at my signal. I'm
You
gonna
go
speak.
ahead, and I will fit in.
Yes, I'll
Once
speak
you stop.
because apparently you have a delay, which you should not. It should be real time. The thing is that
Right,
once you then have that 16th team, um, somebody must get a buy.
right.
Somebody must get a buy, and that is the name. It's just like the DLS system when you have inclement weather
Yeah.
that affects a game. Some teams got disadvantage with the run rate and so forth because not that if the team would have batted out their their full overs that they probably would not have won, but because they did not score very early, the DLS system says that the person who had the faster run rate is the winner.
Hmm.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that that team would have lost if they had played the duration. So, but that's the rule. So
Yes.
if you don't
Yeah,
have
that
the 16 team, you end up with a bye.
right. That's the rule. Yeah.
So we had to learn to live within the rules because I noticed some persons were
Yeah.
complaining.
So that is it. The point is right. Yeah. I think the when I study the way things are, people just feel that it is hard for them. Like there are some in one set of the quarterfinals, you find there are some four strong teams in end up meeting each other. When I say strong, let me don't use the word strong in this sense. Well, they're known to be strong because, as far as I concerned, cricket is such that any team could beat another team at the point of the game. We have seen that with the last 2020 World Cup that took place here. There are some teams that you would never even consider, and they came to very good.
Mhm.
So that is
And made,
where it
and
is.
made the Super 8.
The rules were set out, the template was established, and that's what we are going to stand by. If we were to go, right, yes. If we were to go and change anything to appease anybody, it will be like we are setting up to to appease somebody over another. So somebody will therefore complain. So we just decided we have to stick to the template. This is what we have established, and that is where it will be. We are not going to make any change at this stage. So the tournament is set, and teams are expected to come and let us have a good finish for this year's tournament. In
You
the
want
new year, next year, we are going to make sure we don't have this problem of starting so late. Yeah, I
Mhm.
was saying we are not going to start this game, these competitions so late as we did this year. That
one
was
minute,
one of the
one,
major
one,
challenge starting in September. We will
one
make
minute.
sure by the end of July, early August, the tournament begin. Yes, Dougie.
Hold on, I have a caller. Good evening, caller.
Yes, good evening.
Yes,
I,
sir.
I, I am happy that you guys are debating this this whole cricket situation, and I just want to share my points, right? Because I believe the whole essence of as one of the participating teams of what was trying to come across is is being missed,
Hmm.
right? So nobody is disputing the format or what the intended format is, right? As I've been trying to say, as part of the cricketing fraternity within the competition, is that we understand what was intended, and albeit this what was posted isn't what came out to the team. So there was something that was interpreted by everybody, right? So
Hmm.
it was interpreted in a certain way, and all of the teams understood it to be this way, right? Naturally, it caused a breakdown because the committee didn't intend for it to be this way, right? But
Hmm.
based on how it was posted, everybody saw it in a particular manner. All the teams digested that information that this is who I'm going to meet based on what was put out there, right? So the committee was provoked into analyzing what was out there as opposed to the change that was made. Now, what the teams were asking is for some clarity because based on what was put out, the second change indicated something different. Now, in retrospect, the committee rightfully said, okay, you know what, let's just review this and see what is happening. Now, what I am saying to the committee, it would have been better served because what happened in our nation sometimes, people believe that there are ill intentions by committee members and favoritism and stuff like that. So naturally, any little change, regardless of what was intended, and it could be for the best, right? Any little change to a tournament from what was perceived is likely to provoke those sort of perceptions which were already out there. So the committee had to then meet to try and quench those. In my opinion, it would have been better served that the committee recognized this as an error in what was posted. And because everybody figured this is what we were going to do and were happy with what was initially posted, despite the committee wanted it to be otherwise, or despite it being better otherwise. It would have been better served to say, okay, all the teams were comfortable in this format. There's nothing to lose in playing this format, as opposed to let people go away with the perception that the tournament is rigged and staying fast in the change that you wanted to happen in the first place. This would have been a learning experience that we could say, oh, we made a mistake, let we correct it next year. As opposed to leaving people to leave the tournament with the idea that there's favoritism. For me, that would have been the better solution. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand what was intended and what the correct format is and what you want, but the teams did not see it that way from the get-go. From the time when we digested the information of the first team having the bye, nobody saw it that way. None of the teams saw it that way. Everybody were in agreement that this is how we will move forward until that change was presented. And in my opinion, it would have been better to just squash all the perceptions of being rigged or having favoritism and just say, okay, the team see it this way, let we just go with it. And next year we will fix it, as opposed to let everybody go with their own opinion of such and such. Because here what? The drawback now is that for every game going forward, umpires have to be, it's more pressure. The umpires and them are pressured now into making decisions or not making a decision that would seem favoring another team because of the stance that was taken. Because you know why? From the minute, and I'm not saying that the umpires will be bad, but from the minute that they make a decision that might go otherwise, and they might be doing the best because of what was done, everybody is going to say, this is what's going to happen. That is the backlash. So my thing is that the committee could have just basically rationalized that it makes sense that we just correct the mistake next year. And because all the teams remaining in the competition were in agreement that this is how it would go forward, let's just go forward with that notion and we fix it next year. As opposed to putting the pressure on the umpires, the committee members, and everybody else for the remainder of the tournament because of the perception of rigging that is now out there.
Okay, I got you. I hear you. I heard Junior explanation, and I've been following some of the thing on the chat, as you know. I'm on the chat,
Right.
but I don't get involved in that. You notice I've
Yeah.
never participated in that because that's not my business. My
Correct,
business is
correct.
strictly media business to try
Right,
to help
right.
to promote the tournament. And I think there's a great thing that is going on, and I recognize some of the things. But all in all, when you see all of that and your involvement and so forth, you also recognize the difficulty of managing a league of that nation and notion, especially when there's a sudden change, a shortfall. Do you do a lottery to see who gets the buy? To, maybe, but you see, if it is a chronological mixture between 1 and 15, 2 and 14, 3 and 13, then it becomes, how do you manage that particular type of thing?
Yeah, it's a difficult thing, right? So that is exactly why I'm saying that these things can happen,
Mhm.
right? So it becomes a learning experience. So when you realize that this has happened now, what becomes difficult and part of the things that we have challenging in our environment today is that there's always a perception that there's a favoritism because of maybe the committee members are from one area, or maybe the committee member is working at one place that is actually sponsoring for whatever reason. The chair or whoever it is, the perception would always be out there. So naturally, when these things happen in the midst of a tournament, it is important to listen and get a consensus of how the information was received. Is it received by the majority? Or is there a minority? Is there a misunderstanding that we could say, okay, make a change here now and not suffer any backlash? But in this particular incident, what was surprising, I shouldn't say the word surprising, what was important is that all the teams were in agreement and received the information in the same way, with the exception of the committee members who had different plans.
But
Now,
let me ask a
mhm,
question because I'm not certain. So I as I say, I don't pay attention to certain fine details.
right,
So that's why I asked Junior to come and just bring us up to date on the tournament. What is
right,
happening in
right,
the tournament? It's not to really deal with the disputes in its entirety. Okay.
right.
Um, I lost my train of thought. I was going to ask, with respect to what has transpired, um, how you as a participating team felt that the competition has been going.
The competition was going good. There was no issue up until this point. There was good communication from the committee, right? And in all fairness, in my experience, that has been something that they have done. They created the chat and they encourage little feedback. Some people naturally would have reservations, but it has been going well. It has been going well up that point. They have been posting stuff and they've been updating. So especially that is why the issue with the buy is when everything was clarified. At least the team thought everything was clarified because people wanted to figure out how are we gonna go by now with an uneven matchup of numbers of teams remaining. So at that juncture there was a number of back and forth as to how the tournament is gonna go. So that compounded the whole idea now, and that is what I figure too. Got teams on board that this is exactly how we're going to go forward because importantly enough, that discussion happened in the preliminary. So we didn't get to a knockout stage. So I think in any sporting environment, once you get to a knockout stage and you put information out there, the information came out there
Right, that's true.
knockout stage, right? But once you get in any sporting environment, once you get to the knockout stage and then you make changes, it is very difficult to control the perception of people that there's favoritism.
I
And
got
I
you.
think that is what happened.
Well, I
Because
think
everybody at that point became clear on how it was going to move forward.
well, I think from this year, I also it's a junior is a learning experience. From
Well,
every day you learn something, how to deal with issues. Junior,
hmm, no.
go ahead,
I,
Junior.
I would still like the caller to clarify for my I would like the caller to clarify for my benefit. What was the change? Yeah, what was the change that was made after the knockout stage? I don't seem to get that clear in my mind. What was the change that was made after we finish the preliminaries then when we get into the knockout stage? I
Okay.
need to
Well,
clarify that in terms of the
I,
matchup.
I don't have the exact fixtures here, and I don't want to speak my team to further identify myself, even with the fact that some people might recognize my voice. But the thing is, this
Hmm.
the fixtures was clear that you know
No, no,
whatever
right, right.
from preliminaries is like okay, one would play 16. Now 16 fell out, so one goes straight to the quarterfinals. Two would play two would play 15. Three would play 14. And what happens
Right.
after now? You would have
15.
the, this team play the winner of such and such, and this team play the winner of such and such.
Right.
So right there now, there was a clear matchup of who you were gonna meet once you became the winner. No, so when you saw the winner of such and such, and now at this stage where the change is coming in and the fixtures come out,
Hmm.
you're like, wait, I was supposed to play the winner of this. Why am I not playing the winner of this now? Right? And then I think that is where the changes now is coming in too because teams are saying I had already mapped who I am supposed
Right.
to play at
So
this and
was
no.
that as a
Yeah. So that's
mm,
what I'm saying. So that change at that point no is
was
where
that as a result of the team that they buy in terms of who they play?
no. I
That
don't
was
think
the
that's
one.
necessarily right. No. I don't
Oh,
think that's not
where
affected
it is
by
sort
because
of create the anxiety.
no.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's the team that got the bye. I just know that.
Carla Junior seemed to have a delay. He should not have. He should have been on
Okay.
real time. So he has a little delay. So when you
Oh,
speak, you
okay.
have to wait for
I
him
get.
to respond because I don't know why is he getting a delay because the stream is normally real time. Okay.
I understand.
I
Yes.
don't know why.
Right, but I'm glad that Junior is starting to see exactly,
Yeah.
what we're saying, because it's like from that point, and I think the teams were satisfied from the preliminaries that okay,
Mm-hmm.
actually whoever finished won because there were a few games left to go, so the team that was top was still top, but some teams were challenging for that, and there was an expectation that at least
Yeah.
1 to 4 teams could probably finish first and go straight to the quarters. So the remaining teams now were able to map at that point. This is who I'm going to play immediately after the first round, and then after the first round, I'm going to play the winner of
Mm-hmm.
this and this. So you already saw the two options that you have to play,
Okay.
and now with the change now, none of the two options happen to be there.
Yeah.
So the information became difficult to digest, because and it like I say in any sporting discipline, once you make a change during the knockout and you have already addressed those things,
Okay.
you already agree. It is a difficult pill for anybody to swallow.
Okay. All
And
right.
the pressure, there's a backlash, like I say, the umpires have to be on point because you're not going to remove that perception from the teams. They
Yeah,
already
but
digested certain information.
I
I'm
think
not
that
saying that they will be ill disciplined. I'm just
yeah.
saying it's just normal.
But I think that now that it has
Mm-hmm.
reached to this particular point in time, that there must be a sense of maturity, maturity within the
Both parties.
exactly with everyone, so that you can move forward without any further you know and also with the intention of making sure that there's not a repeat of controversies for the
Correct.
for next year tournament. And I believe that this is in the making.
Understood. Well, I've
So
said my part,
thank
guys.
you for the
So,
caller. Very,
yeah,
very, very good input. And it's important we have participation in these discussions so that we could sports could stay alive.
What I could do,
Okay?
I will make
Yes, sir.
sure
All
that
right.
we, yeah,
Yeah, Junior. Okay,
yeah. I
something.
am just saying I will make sure that we pay close attention to who we place to
Mhm.
umpire these games coming up.
Okay. Good,
President,
good night,
President,
All
caller.
right.
President, good night to you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
And
Remember, Junior is hearing us on delay, so just be mindful to wait for his response if he's going to answer you. Okay?
okay, I try my very best to keep that in memory.
Yeah.
And I like to start off from where Dougie you just say, it should be a sense of maturity where both parties, and this is one of my grievances, right? Because something in the chat, the chat that they had, I mean, if nobody not belongs to the chat, as in the overall chat of the organization, of the competition, sorry, they should not be a part of it. So now we had an issue in the chat, and people sharing the discrepancies and how they felt about the situation and stuff about it. What I don't like, and this is my opinion, dictatorship is what I don't like. Okay, if we are reasoning on something, I think we can reason and then tell each parties be at a clear understanding. In this case, as of business wise, we are TBPO clients. So therefore, they are the boss, we are the clients. As in, well, no, they are the business people, we are the clients. So therefore, you have to listen to us and hear what we go about. Where I don't understand is sometimes the I don't want to say maturity associated with dictatorship. I use that word. Where in a sense where you're gonna say, okay, we have to meet, but we're gonna remove some people from the chat before we can make a decision, or we're going to make a decision. In the first place, if they're not allowed to be a part of the chat, they should not be a part of the chat. No controversy is happening, you're gonna move people a part of the chat. That sends a red light.
Well, let me ask you a question because I know Junior is on delay. So Junior, you just listen
Yes.
for the time being. Listen to me. In that those incidents, those people who were removed, they had anything
Mm.
specifically had to deal with anything that could affect the outcome in terms of decision making?
Most
Or were they just
for,
members like myself?
for
I'm a
my
member.
knowledge,
Hold on,
for
hold
my
on, hold
knowledge.
on, hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
I am a
Sorry.
member of the chat. I'm giving you an example.
Right.
I am a member of the chat because
Uh-huh.
I'm the media who've been promoting this event, so they put me as a member of the chat. But you
Right.
notice I have the discipline not to interfere.
Okay.
I
Correct.
never interfere. You have never heard me put an opinion
Correct.
except ask for scores or who's playing fixtures, because I recognize that there are certain persons who need to communicate with one another to have a smooth tournament. Okay?
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
So I never. So were those persons who were removed persons like of my status who really
So
didn't?
I'm gonna respond to that now. So
Yes.
you
Okay.
were of media case.
Hmm.
One person I know for sure was a vice captain of one of the said team. The next person as well was also a vice captain of the next said team.
Hmm. So let
Okay,
me.
those are the two persons who I knew. So if they probably
Were
had
they
not,
removed or were they?
they
Did they
were
remove?
removed.
They
No, they were
removed.
removed. They
Okay.
said that they were gonna remove. They was gonna remove who's not. Okay, I
In
don't know
the,
how they
in
decide. I
in
don't know if they ask
in the
who.
decision making.
They say they're gonna remove certain people at the chat.
I
They
have to
was
ask
not supposed
Junior.
to be a part of it.
I have to ask Junior this now. So Junior, I'm gonna wait for your dilemma and I'm gonna ask you this question. Those persons, I don't know. How did you determine who go on the chat? Was it one representative of each team? Junior, so I wait for your response.
Yeah. All right. Well, you'll pick me up as I come in here.
Yes.
The I am actually the person who is responsible for creating the chat. So I am the administrator of the chat. This chat was created several years ago, right? And I must say, we we basically have not been removing people from the chat. Like, so there are some teams that no longer come, they did not participate this year, but some representative from their team from the year before was still on the chat. So, but there were some cases during the course of this year where people get to the point where they abuse the chat. I got complaints from several people in the media. In fact, I could even name my good friend Mike Finley. Mike Finley was part of the chat. And he said he just cannot continue to be part of the chat with the ill discipline that seems to be coming from some of the persons in the chat. And and therefore, um, I had occasion earlier in this year to remove at least two persons who were becoming abusive to other members of the chat and were very rude in the way they conduct themselves on the chat. So two persons at least I had removed previous to this last removal. Last night when we had the meeting, we reviewed the entire list of persons on the chat. In the case of the persons the caller mentioned about the two vice captains, I have not had the opportunity to see the forms of those persons to identify their vice captain. But we basically keep the chat to the manager and the captain of the teams. So the vice captain was never identified and placed on the chat. So when I removed these two who they claim to be vice captain, I wasn't aware that they were vice captain. One member of the team called me back today and indicated that I removed one of their vice captain. I could call the name because Joe was part of the chat as captain last year of Simple Boys. I did not know that Joe was a vice captain of Combat Warriors until today when the manager for Combat Warriors informed me. And at that point, I decided to put him back on the chat. There are several other persons who I removed from the chat. I removed 8 persons because I screened through the list and I realized that there were some people still on the chat who didn't have a team in the tournament. So I removed them. There were some people, other persons I could call name. Lance John was still on the chat. And I know Lance might have been aggravated by having all these conversations on his phone. He never said a word. So I decided I removed Lance. Lance was there on the chat because of his connection with the National Sports Council. And we rely on them to cut the feel and so on. So we wanted them to know what is thing. And there were some other people who were there because of services they rendered. So I removed all those. After the meeting we had last night, decided that the chat should be primarily for the manager, captain, the media, and the organizers. So those were the three category of people we decided to have remain on the chat. And I
Okay,
indicated in the group last night that the chat is for information sharing. I didn't say this one. Last point, Dougie. I didn't say this one. That if persons have any problem with the organizers, it is best not to engage in that on the chat. They could contact one the organizer directly, as some other teams do, and have the matter resolved. So I will stay there.
yes, because I was going to say the chat was set up basically for the management of the tournament, and it was not necessarily a dispute chat. So what you may have to do in future is that you'll have to sanitize your list before the tournament, get
Right.
all the relative important information about who's who's representing who and then put it there. And then what you can do now is that if you're going to have a dispute on session on the chat, you could let in or let out persons so that people could participate. I would give that advice to you. But all in all, I see all the caller.
Okay.
Are you
Okay. So
satisfied
I
with that?
thank you. So I thank you for the explanation.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I understand. Also, as I was saying again, and I will be strengthen the first caller. I mean, and Dougie, I will strengthen you as well. We have to be mature. And you can't just come and you just come. We have a dispute, and you come. Okay, this is what we decide, and this is final. I mean, oh gosh, you have how much teams in the tournament? First thing I must say again, this is people who play cricket as well for years. I'm not saying that we are dumb. We always will be right, but also we understand format and stuff like that. So then, I mean, I think we've been crazy to just miss up to while we're going on. So therefore, if you realize there was a mishap and you made the mistake, nothing wrong for you come back and say, guys, on our behalf, it was bad. Say something to us, but though, come and figure, you know what, this is what happening and this is how it go final. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, we got it.
We have to
Yeah.
our rank.
Yeah, well, I got
And
that.
then also, Dougie, hold on, Dougie, just a bit. There's also, if we speak, it seems like we're not allowed to speak and share a group. I mean, we are big people out there, we are allowed to. We pay to come play cricket. We come to have fun. Yes, it's right. We're allowed to say, I mean, we just need to probably conduct ourselves. And I will agree with how we speak to people. And it also needs to be the same when you speak to us as well.
Okay,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna run out of time, but I think we have the gist of what it is, how we could resolve these issues and so forth. To allow me to get Junior just to wrap up because I want to go on to other things in sports highlights. All right.
Okay,
Thanks for
have a
the
good
call. I appreciate your call and keep participating in sports highlights. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. Nice radio for nice people. We got so Junior. I got some other stuff, but I want you to wrap up. Give us the fixtures for the weekend, how things are going to go, and things like that. So you could go ahead now, Junior.
Um, um, Dougie, I would leave the fixture to you because
Okay.
the
All right.
same phone that I have the fixture in is the phone
Yes,
I'm
no
using
problem. I have
to do
it here.
this
So
program. So
I'll give
I
it
don't
back.
want to try to interrupt
I will give it.
the signal. So the fixture is in the chat. Yes, so you could share it with the listeners. Let me thank the callers though. In conclusion, thank the callers for participating. I listened. I acknowledge their contribution. I must say, um, we from the organizing committee, we do listen a lot. If you notice in the chat, hardly any member of the organizing committee step in and say anything. We allow everybody to share, and then we decided, okay, this is the time. Let's go and have a meeting. Let's resolve the issue. And the final point, when you come to decision making, somebody will be hurt, will not be happy with it. But as organizers, you have to make a final decision because you just have 2 weeks of a tournament. So, but thank you, Dougie, for facilitating us, continuing to promote the cricket and the tournament. And I appreciate this opportunity to share and for hearing the views of the others. I will continue to listen and step out at this stage.
Wonderful. Thanks a lot, then, Junior. Thanks a lot. So that's us, Junior Bacchus there, who is part of the organizer of the Top Belay Progressive Organization softball cricket competition. Had a few little hiccups, but a well-run tournament otherwise. Before that, earlier in the year, they had the football, the Top Belay Progressive Organization football competition that drew a lot of interest. And so this weekend, let me give you, I know Alex was in and out, but he'll be back just now. The quarterfinals fixture on Saturday the 7th, 1 p.m., Bank of SVG All-Star versus Cyan Hills Talawa. At 3 p.m., Young Stallion versus Fairburn United. On Sunday the 8th, 10 a.m., Dr. Thomas Injectors versus Daphne United. 12:30, Outer Trouble versus Combat Warriors. And then semifinals 1. 3 p.m. would be the winner of Dr. Thomas Injectors and Daphne United versus the winner of Fairburn United and Young Stallion. On Saturday the 4th, Saturday the 14th, they have semifinals 2. At 1 p.m., winner of the All-Stars and Cyan Hill Talawa versus the winner of Outer Trouble and Combat Warriors. At 3 p.m., a third place playoff. That will take place then. Sunday, the semifinals is at 2 p.m. That's what Junior was speaking about, Sunday the 15th. And the reason why they don't have a 10 a.m. game, in case there is a mess up with these other games that's supposed to play on Saturday, if there is a weather problem, you never know what can happen. Glorious uncertainties. They leave that space, that the 10 and 12:30 time slot, so that they could do the finals at 2 p.m. But in case they have to play the third place on Sunday morning, then they will have that space and time. That's my understanding, and I thank Junior for that explanation. So I just want to say a little bit about football. The National Under-15 football, they are making preparations for the Winlot Windward Islands not football, this is cricket, tournament, scheduled for St. Lucia 7th to the 16th. Remember, Winlot was supposed to play in St. Vincent last year. It didn't happen because they said they had Sufri and whatnot and so forth. But I think the problem, most people were speculating that it was about accommodation. And the new hotel that the government has built at Diamond, Holiday Inn Express, would have been the accommodating factor, and that didn't happen. So the Winlot games did not play in St. Vincent. The government had a let's say an alibi, a good excuse, because we had natural disasters and so forth, and say we couldn't handle it and things of the we had issues, okay, and so you can't hit them over the head, but you could hold their hands behind the back or chain them to the waist in that matter. So the team that going to St. Lucia to participate in the 6th, from the 6th, is Jordan Charles, captain. The vice captain is Edon Batiste. Then you have Ahmad Williams, Delroy Tittle, Kevon Phillips, Lee J. Williams, Julian Stoddard, Cristiano Adams, Ethan Martin, Alexander Jordan, Alma Lavier, Howes Batiste, Kiskon Hoyt, Shamaya Nanton. The reserves are Kevin Francois, Javante De Silva, Jadon Cordis, and Terry Pollard. The coaches, Kenroy Martin, and manager assistant coach is Elron Lewis. I think Elron is from the Barley area and who normally participate in keeping us up to date with what's happening over in the North Leeward area, North Leeward games and over there and things like that. So we'll take a break. I guess Alex would be in after that. We're gonna play some bills and then come back and we're gonna discuss West Indies cricket and sports in general.
The biggest concert to end off 2024 is going down at the Pier 1 Beach Club.
Saturday, December 21st.
SVG, get ready for Roll Deep.
Roll Deep, the concert.
Featuring live one of Jamaica's biggest artists. Are you ready for 10 Tick?
Come on, do it, the switch down. Roll deep, come dog, roll. R.I.P. to the real OGs.
10 Tick.
10 Tick live on stage.
Alongside special performances by
Vince's top artists and DJs. Tickets are going fast. Get yours now. Early bird $40.
General admission $60.
$75 at the door.
VIP $200.
Get yours at Janice Bar and Baga.
Nature Care Layu.
Video Extreme in Cattell.
Boom 106.9 Falls Avenue.
And 4 Shells in Caliaqua.
This is the one event you can't afford to miss.
Roll Deep, the concert.
Featuring 10
The
Tick.
boy let them come. Boy violate and the whole family gone.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Boom 106.9 FM.
Video Extreme.
Village Ram.
IKTV.
With Brent.
And Nature Care.
Do you have a passion for sport? Then Sports Highlights is a place to be. Share the passion every Sunday and Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Sports from the heart, only on Sports Highlights.
Merry Christmas, shoppers! Mr. Claus here. It's the season of giving, and CK Graves and Company Limited has gifts for you. Starting on December the 2nd, 30 lucky shoppers will have a chance to win a $100 food voucher every week. But wait, that can't be all. On December the 31st, we will be having a grand prize draw with amazing prizes like a 50-inch smart television, an air fryer, and a kettle, along with food vouchers worth up to $1,000. CK Graves has got more of what you're looking for this season. So come and join the festive fun. See you soon.
Now, let's be real. We're not all police officers, but we all want to safeguard our finances. And that's why the Police Cooperative Credit Union is open to everybody. That's right. We cater for anybody. At a brand new location, too. Step up to the Police Cooperative Credit Union headquarters on Bay Street between Diamond Girl and Lanes number 2. And we provide a range of top-class financial services, including fixed deposits, quick cash, savings, and loans, and a survivor's benefit grant of $5,000. We're open 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday, and up to 11:30 on Saturday. Check us out on Facebook or call Police Cooperative Credit Union at 485-6840. And remember, even if you're not a police officer, we're cool with that.
St. Vincent Containers proudly introduces its high-quality bathroom tissue. Furtis, Lilies, Midushi. Manufactured to conform to local, CARICOM, and international standards. Tested and certified by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Bureau of Standards. No roll less than 300 sheets. Legitimate sheet and core sizes. Virgin pulp, no recycled. Soft but not lightweight. Professionally produced and packaged. Now available throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Furtis, Lilies, Midushi. Excellent Vincentian products.
Spell to win this Christmas from the National Lotteries Authority. Purchase an Instacash or lotto ticket and receive a coupon with a letter from the words ham or rum. Collect all letters HAM to spell ham or RUM to spell rum and win ham or rum. This Christmas, get your Instacash or lotto tickets from NLA agents island-wide and spell to win ham or rum. Redeem all prizes at the NLA headquarters, Falls Avenue. Happy holidays from the National Lotteries Authority. Promotion ends December 31st, 2024. NLA terms and conditions apply.
The public is asked to note that chiropractor Dr. Edmund Seeley is now conducting clinic and will see patients by appointments only. To make an appointment, call 456-9318 or 531-5318.
It's 7:58. We're in the second half. And I have to tell Mr. Denny down at Lottery, make sure I get my hum. My hum. Well, they got futsal going to take place in St. Vincent, December 27th and 28th, 2024. The Unique Touch Soccer Academy presents second annual youth futsal tournament, December 27th and 28th. The boys and girls under 11, under 13, under 15, secondary and primary division at the Lomans Hard Court, Kittels Hard Court, both hard courts at the Camden Park Hard Court also. Come and support the youth in this exciting tournament. It will be a vibes. So that's a plug for the futsal, the guys from the Unique Touch Soccer Academy sending out that information to us here in the Sports Highlights here on Nice Radio. Sports Highlights is a program, a talk program here to discuss sports. Everybody, any organization is free. This is the time when you don't have to take money out your pocket and pay. This is the time given by Nice Radio. It is sponsored by the sponsors that you hear, the National Lottery, the Football Federation. They have put monies into promotion of football through Sports Highlights and so forth. So CK Graves, a big sponsor of this also. And we want to make sure that everybody can participate in this program here. Good night, Sports Highlights on Nice Radio.
Mr. Educator, how are you? Thanks very much for the plug, man. We really appreciate it.
Yes, no problem. So you're gearing up?
Yes. It's our second annual national football tournament.
I just happened to sit on my phone, You don't have the WhatsApp.
Well,
you have the WhatsApp for the station? You should supposed to have the WhatsApp. 498.
Yeah.
Please write it down. You're supposed to have that. Your man call you all the time. You're supposed to have the WhatsApp. 498-3802. 498-3802.
Okay.
So if you, it just happened I had my phone in my hand when I saw it pop up. So you see, if you put it on the WhatsApp and sit on the screen.
Okay, well, I will definitely do that.
Okay.
Things are looking very good. We're just waiting on the registration. Registration closes December 7th.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we basically want the registration to be done as soon as possible, so we can get the fixture done, so everything should be like a smooth sailing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want last minute and waiting on team to actually who is coming and who is not coming. The registration form is the federation headquarters. You could go there, get a form, register your and just take it from there.
No problem. Well,
it's not a big deal. It is 2 days, 1 day for primary and secondary school, and females, and the next day just for males.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
Well, certainly, and I wish you all the best in it, and we'll put it on the sports news for you there, and so to keep running, okay? But in future, send stuff on either email, bdsnice@gmail, or via our WhatsApp, 498 3802. 498 3802.
I will. Okay.
Okay. And you have my WhatsApp too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I
493-9980. 493-9980. That's my personal WhatsApp.
Yeah. So we are basically looking forward to that because it's gonna be 2 days of just fun.
Okay. Keep the youths busy.
Fun and competition. Where kids will compete.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you very much then.
Yes, and thanks for the plug.
No problem.
All right.
Okay, God bless. All right, okay. Nice radio for nice people. 2% radio, 98% love. National interactive concern and enlightening. And that's the information there on the futsal. We're hoping that Alex would come back in. West Indies cricket. I wanna before I go to that, the games playing in the Premier League in the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Football Federation Premier League. Tonight at the Brighton Technical Centre, you have Jebel versus NLP. That happened there today at 6 p.m. That should have finished already. And the other game started at 8 p.m. SVU versus LFC. And then you would have on the 6th, you would have Camdonian versus AWE and SNH versus HOP. Those are on the fixtures there for the Premier League that's taking place right now in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. All right. I know also the our women, Trinidad and Tobago Football Federation is hosting some women international friendlies. That's the Trinidad and Tobago. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines will play tomorrow against Suriname. They'll play against Suriname. And also on the 6th. So this says these are international friendlies. That's what the poster I have. So I don't know if I need to be corrected in that. Maybe somebody who knows better than I do. But I'm reading what the poster sent to me said. Trinidad and Tobago Football Association Women's International Friendlies fixture. Suriname and St. Vincent are playing on the 5th and on the 6th. So 2 games. When it comes like this, it makes me think it's a real official game of competition, home and away. And St. Vincent would play Trinidad and Tobago on the 8th and on the 10th. On the 8th and on the 10th. Seemed like home and away games. So that's information that I have there on the women's football. That's our women's football. That's what we have there. I could tell you also coming up on netball. Netball, the National Fast 5 Tournament Awards presentation will take place. Special presentation or took place, special presentation of appreciation to Mr. Woodrow Keeley Williams. Woodrow Williams had a special appreciation. Individual awards, most outstanding player, Sign Hill netball team. And they had Monique Edwards with goal attack and center and goal attack. All Stars, Mercy Dishang, goal attack and goal shoot. Police Youth Club Hoopers, Nelania Kittels, center. Blaze Strikers, Shanice Warren, goalkeep. And Police Youth Club Ball Blazers, Ariel McDowell, goalkeep. In Division 1, Maple Netball Team, we have Kentona Campbell, she's a center, goal defense, and goalkeep. And National Properties Netters, Kayla Miller, goal attack, goal shoot, goalkeep. Inter Island Trading Inc., DHL Miters, Jacinta Adams George, center, goalkeep, goal defense, goalkeep. Exceed Sports Club 1, Shanice Daniel, goal attack, goal shoot. Exceed Sports Club 2, Akuza Horn, goal attack and goal shoot. In male division, Exceed Knights, Darian Roberts, goal attack, goal shoot, goal defense. AM Shatters, Kieran Daniel, goal defense, and center. Marco Crushers, Kino Matthews, center. Advent Ballers, Philip Prescott, goal attack. In team position in Division 2, third place, All Stars. Second place, Police Youth Club Ball Blazers. First place, Sion Hill Netball Team. Division 1, third place, Exceed Sports Club 2. Second place, Exceed Sports Club 2. And first place, Maple Netball Team. In the Maple Division, Advent third place, Advent Ballers. Second place, AM Shatters. First place, Maca Crushers. So that's information given to you there. The results of the Inter Primary School semi-finals played on Tuesday, December 3rd. CW Prescott was 0, Kittles Government 2, Omarion Ballantyne, and CW Prescott had an own goal. Kingston Prep, this is in the primary school football, and Kingston Prep 1 and Shackle Dublin, the scorer for that against Oria Government was 0. Third place match will be played Friday, 5th December at the Richmond Hill playing field, and the finals will be played Sunday, December the 8th at Victoria Park, 3 p.m., along with the junior and senior finals. So that brought you up to date on the netball situation and the school's football situation. 10 minutes after 8, you listen to Sports Highlights. The numbers are 456-5967, 718-734-5615, or WhatsApp is 498-3802, 498-3802. And email is bdsnice@gmail.com, bdsnice@gmail.com. I've been listening to, I won't even play that back. The Prime Minister was in Dominica on some lecture. And he said it's the worst West Indies has been performing. And he said this in the context that Dr. Shallow, who is now an opponent of his political party in North Leeward, has been rubbished by him. But I think, politicians will say a lot of things. But I'm speaking sports, I'm not speaking politics, but I'm just showing you where politicians will say a lot of things and you have to rebut. You have to rebut. Because it's 30 years now that West Indies has been in the cellar position. So what is he talking? So you're blaming one person. But the amazing thing about this matter, and listen carefully here. The amazing thing about this matter is that as Prime Minister, he made a statement that he takes no responsibility or any blame for anything. You all remember that, eh? But now you want to put blame and responsibility on the person who is president of the CWI. You see how we have forked tongue? So, but that's how the cookie crumbles. When the cricket pundits come, we'll let you know. West Indies, lost badly with the last test. They draw the test series. We're hoping that we'd have won the test series. We draw it at least, and we didn't do well at all. The young fast bowler, 19 years old, wreaked havoc on West Indies. He even put some of them in sick bay. Remind you of the days when you had our fast bowling attack and made men. If you can't defend your wicket yourself, you're in trouble. Man used to run, leave the wicket. So I'll leave the cricket a little bit and I come now too. I went to the park today to walk because I was away for 3 months and I want to walk because if I don't walk, my feet, I had spinal surgery years ago and I have issues. But I cannot walk on undulating surfaces. I cannot walk on bad surfaces. It's impossible for me to walk. I can't go on the outside field and walk. The outside field is not good for walking because the surface is not good. So when they told me I can't walk anymore inside the Annisvale one. But they were actually doing some grass cutting and so forth. They're preparing for the World Cup. So I don't have any problem with that part. If it's in preparation, but to tell me normally I can't walk when there's nothing happening, I'll have an issue with that. I'll have an issue with that. And the security guy was good. He said, different to say, you can't walk here anymore. So I said, well, I'm in the park. I'm going to make a lap. So I made 2 laps and the manager, Nixon, came. Well, very pleasant. So he said, help me out here, man, Dougie. I can't give you privileges I can't give anybody else. So I said, well, after the games, as I understand you're preparing after the games, I cannot walk on the outside. My back would kill me. My feet will twist in all directions. I'll be in pain. Because it's just grass. But I find that we're developing this situation where, like, you're managing the grass more than you manage all the other things that you should be managing. So I went outside now. Odd Valentine as I always called. And when they were preparing the outside, they did not put up a wire fence, but I saw they did some damage to the long jump, triple jump track. And they put concrete in the pit. So it means that they don't want any athletics out there. Now to lay down that long jump, triple jump track is expensive. And now we have destroyed it. And you know what they did? They planted a wire fence in it. So there's a wire fence in the southern part of the Annisvale 2 playing field. And that wire fence runs straight down the track. So you can't use the long jump track. And they don't have any pit for you to jump in anymore. And I think that's a shame. Secondly, about athletics, I have been trying to get athletics coaches to participate in sports highlights to have a discussion about what's happening in athletics and so forth. Zilch. The only person who ever responded to me is Lord of Mercy, who has given me information and so forth and whatnot. I called Fuzzy and I think Morgan, 2 of them. Never got a response. I left messages. I sent messages. I never got messages. Well, maybe they feel that the media is not important to them and their athletics. And I believe that is a courtesy that you extend. If somebody try to contact you. Maybe nice radio is not important to them. I'm saying like it is, I don't speak with water in my mouth. I don't speak with water in my mouth. Athletics, like any other, is important in any sports, and we'd like to help to promote it, but I guess that we're not important to them, so they cannot respond to us. But I did ask Lord of Mercy, he went to Jamaica, and I would like to have an athletics discussion. So I'm just bringing you up to date what I was trying to get done. You see, tonight we had a healthy discussion with the top belay progressive organization, softball cricket competition, and all that has been taking place for a whole hour. And don't tell me that you didn't learn something from that discourse between Junior Bacchus, who is one of the managers of the tournament, and guys who have participated in the tournament and how they felt about certain issues. Athletics is no different. I've watched persons train, I've seen a lot of things happen, but I'm saying to you, Fuzzy and Mr. Morgan, when somebody send you a message, when they take the time out to call you, to leave a text message for you, and you never have the decency to respond, it makes me think that you truly don't really care about what anybody have to say about athletics, of which you all have been representing St. Vincent as coaches for the longest while in a lot of different games. So if you get criticized, don't feel away. Is what it is. So I'll move on from there. And I want to give you some information from the West Indies players. Jaden Seals and Kevin Sinclair have been found guilty of breaching the ICC Code of Conduct in the second test against Bangladesh. Seals was fined 25% of his match fees with his aggressive gestures towards the Bangladesh dressing room after he had just taken a wicket. He also had a demerit point added to his disciplinary record. Sinclair was hit with a 25% fee after ignoring warnings from the on-field umpires and his continued use of aggressive language to the visiting players. Also, South Africa women defeated England by 6 wickets in their first ODI. England women won 86 off 38.4 overs. Charlie Dean, 47. Heather Knight, 40. Annery Derrickson, 3 for 16. Marizani, Cap, 3 for 24. Laba, 2 for 47. South Africa women 189 for 4 of 38.2 overs. Laura Walverat, 59 not out. De Klerk, 48 not out. And Derrickson, 27. You know, an interesting story about baseball. Juan Santo is to sign an over $600 million contract on February 25th, 2024. This thing started in Tampa, Florida. New York Yankees left fielder Juan Santo, 22, smiles in the dugout against the Toronto Blue Jays at George M. Steinbrenner Field. The mandatory credit Clement Nitzel from USA Sports had the report on this, and he said he's getting closer right now to signing as a free agent, and he is set to make some serious money. The Athletic, which is a magazine, reported on Tuesday about the status of Sato's free agency, said that they are bidding for the outfielder, and it has surpassed $600 million. That's a lot of dinero. So bring you up to date on what happened in the world of sports. You see the kind of money sports is? Big money. Well, it is said that Puran is in the making for big money. I don't know if it's in Dubai or wherever he's going to sign this contract, but I hear he's up for $100 million contract. I believe that's the biggest payout for any cricketer in the Caribbean. So if he actually signs that contract, you know he has a lot of money. In Trinidad, that will be like 600 million Trinidadian dollars he'll be signing a contract. The only thing that may curtail or may cause a renegotiation of the contract, depends on how you look at it, is that when he went down there recently in Dubai, he got some one ball, some duck. So he didn't perform. And you know, once you sign those kind of contracts, they are performance related. You have to perform because nobody ain't going to pay you that kind of money if you ain't performing. But the very thought of Puran signing a $100 million contract raised a lot of eyebrows, and the possibilities that exist for sporting personnel to take sports seriously. Take it seriously. A lot of us want to take sports, don't want to take it seriously. But sports could make your life changer for you and your family. Take, for instance, Gail. Gail was worth $45 million because he invested his money, he made a lot of money. But guys are making even more money today. You can imagine if Viv Richards and Greenwich and Haynes and Richie Richardson were in the days of now where big money is playing out there. Wow. Them guys would have been, a man like Viv Richards would have been in the $100 million bracket for contracts. So unfortunately, when those guys were wrong and were super cricket teams, when West Indies had a super cricket team, they didn't make those kinds of monies. When most of the West Indians leaving, going out there and signing contracts, some are 2.5 million, 1.1 million, even if they make $500,000 to go to the IPL. $500,000 is 1.3 million EC dollars, you know. That's not joke money to make. So you have to take sports seriously. We got the cricket tournament coming up in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I looked at the field today. It's a bit brown for a country that had tremendous amount of rain. I don't understand even when you cut the grass why the grass had to look brown. I believe that the field was not being fertilized properly. But what part of the problem of that field is that it's a sand base. And so the grass catches it. And then as soon as the hot sun comes out, it scorches the grass easily because the black sand that is on the base there heat up very quickly. And I believe that has been affecting the grass to stay very green. But the place look pretty good. They've been cutting the top and using a special cutter on top of and keeping it flat. It looks good, except it's brown. Look like it can need some moisture. But it will more need nutrients to stay green. I'll come back with you with some other sporting information. We take a break. This is Nice Radio Sports Highlight for Wednesday, the 4th of December, 2024. We got half an hour to go.
Challenge now! The biggest concert to end off 2024 is going down at the Pier 1 Beach Club.
Saturday, December 21st.
SVG, get ready for Roll Deep.
Roll Deep, the concert.
Featuring live one of Jamaica's biggest artists. Are you ready for 10 Tick?
Come on, do it, the switch down. Roll deep, come on, roll. R.I.P. to the real OGs.
10 Tick.
10 Tick live on stage.
Alongside special performances by
Vince's top artists and DJs. Tickets are going fast. Get yours now. Early bird $40.
General admission $60.
$75 at the door.
VIP $200.
Get yours at Janice Bar in Vaga.
Nature Care Layu.
Video Extreme in Cattell.
Boom 106.9 Falls Avenue.
And 4 Shells in Caliaqua.
This is the one event you can't afford to miss.
Roll Deep, the concert.
Featuring 10
The
Tick.
boy let them come. Boy violate and the whole family gone.
Brought to you by Boom 106.9 FM.
Video Extreme.
Village Ram.
IKTV.
With Brent.
And Nature Care.
Do you have a passion for sport? Then Sports Highlights is a place to be. Share the passion every Sunday and Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Sports from the heart, only on Sports Highlights.
Merry Christmas, shoppers! Mr. Claus here. It's the season of giving, and CK Graves and Company Limited has gifts for you. Starting on December the 2nd, 30 lucky shoppers will have a chance to win a $100 food voucher every week. But wait, that can't be all. On December the 31st, we will be having a grand prize draw with amazing prizes like a 50-inch smart television, an air fryer, and a kettle, along with food vouchers worth up to $1,000. CK Graves has got more of what you're looking for this season. So come and join the festive fun. See you soon.
Now, let's be real. We're not all police officers, but we all want to safeguard our finances. And that's why the Police Cooperative Credit Union is open to everybody. That's right. We cater for anybody. At a brand new location, too. Step up to the Police Cooperative Credit Union headquarters on Bay Street between Diamond Girl and Lanes number 2. And we provide a range of top-class financial services, including fixed deposits, quick cash, savings, and loans, and a survivor's benefit grant of $5,000. We're open 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday, and up to 11:30 on Saturday. Check us out on Facebook or call Police Cooperative Credit Union at 485-6840. And remember, even if you're not a police officer, we're cool with that.
St. Vincent Containers proudly introduces its high-quality bathroom tissue. Furtis, Lilies, Midushi. Manufactured to conform to local, CARICOM, and international standards. Tested and certified by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Bureau of Standards. No roll less than 300 sheets. Legitimate sheet and core sizes. Virgin pulp, no recycled. Soft but not lightweight. Professionally produced and packaged. Now available throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Furtis, Lilies, Mitushi. Excellent Vincentian products.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
$210,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot for Friday, December 6th. It's $210,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
On Friday, December 6th, there'll be thousands of dollars to be won. A lotto jackpot of $78,000. a new home, car, or that college education.
Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
Next Lotto jackpot, $78,000.
The public is asked to note that chiropractor Dr. Edmund Seeley is now conducting clinic and will see patients by appointments only. To make an appointment, call 456-9318 or 531-5318.
Well, we're back. Sports highlights. We counting down. Gonna go to some athletics information for you. The World Athletics says it has identified campaigning against gender-based violence as a priority. Olympic athlete Rebecca Cheptegei became the third athlete to be killed in Kenya. You know, this is an old story, but I think it's important to understand what is happening. In the past 3 years after she was doused with petrol and set on fire by a former boyfriend in September. So the World Athletics Commission called on World Athletics to take a leadership role and explore the partnerships with the relevant organization to push for change. Athletes Commission Chair Valerie Adams said, in a sports as diverse as universal as athletics, it is rare to see athletes from different countries, disciplines, and socioeconomic backgrounds agree on something as unanimous as the topic of gender-based violence. New Zealand retired two-time Olympic shot put champion Adams added, we as athletes are in a unique position to leverage our profiles and social influences on our community's lobby for change. We have a caller. Good evening.
Good night, brother Dougie.
Hey, how are you, Mr. Hazelwood?
I did listen all the time.
All right.
Brother Dougie.
Yes, sir.
West Indies cookies, right?
All right. Let me hear you.
Now, you could tell me, you have a team like West Indies, and they just play one spinner in the team. You got Rhodes. The second innings, Rhodes couldn't play. You can't get a lash on the shoulder with a bounce. You have to go up a field. And there was no other bowler to replace Rhodes to help the other pass bowler.
So what happened to our boy?
Oh.
How come they never pick him to play?
Vincent, right?
Yeah, McCoy.
No, what I'm really saying, we go in the test match with 4 fast bowler and no spinner.
I hear you, no, I hear you.
And we had the guy there, Warwican, which is a recognized spinner. He just bowled and he could bat. And you tell me our team going with our own 4 fast bowler and 1 breakdown in the second innings. It's right, they will lose the match because he was taking turn. And even notice this spin bowler coming in the second innings and create a whole lot of problem for our batsman. We can well look at Warwican was there. We could have picked him for my man will get at me. Because the wicket was taken down and he could have helped the West fast bowler to get him a couple overs, yes.
But Mr. So what, you don't think that our batsmen lack skill of batting?
Huh?
You don't think that our batsmen lack the skill of batting?
Our batsman, they can't bat spinner.
But they can't bat the fast bowler.
And the fast bowler, what they have is 23-year young man. Got those fellas under control. They couldn't even say, some of them couldn't even say raise their bat. By the time they raise their bat, the ball don't go and pass them. build like joke.
The guy is a wrecker.
And he was bowling accurate because he was bowling at the wickets when he can miss the hit.
But here's what I watch our fast bowlers trying to bowl fast and ball wayward for guys wide in this day and age. Oh, is the wide? I mean, it's something wrong with us. And something wrong with us.
I mean, listen, Rose should not never in the team. Even though he could bowl a little. But he should make room for a younger player.
Isn't it that we have a one-man selector?
Yes, a one-man selector. We have every cricket team. Don't care how fast the bowler be there. Every one of them got a recognized spinner.
You're having me feeding back, Dave. I wanted to have the interactive between you and Dave. Dave, all right. You ready, Dave?
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, you had me feeding back the man. I'm going to charge you, Mr. Hazelwood is going to collect the money. Mr. Hazelwood, right. I have Dave Roberts with you now. Let me hear you.
Good night, brother Dave.
Good night. You know, this is a guy I don't know.
I have them listening to you, man.
Yes, all right.
You the man of the knowledge at the sports is in Vince and the Grenadine. But some of them want to back you in a corner. But you no more sports and all of them here want back in a corner. Because not now I listen to you years. When you could travel about go commentary.
Well, that's nice. Oh yeah. Well, you know about me, man. You know something about me. Yeah. I took it on my own initiative. You know, it's I who made the photos to get out there. Nobody used to send me.
Brother Dave, I was one email. You took coconut branch to Long Victoria Park, you know. When we use coconut branch to Victoria Park with Ali Hughes. He come and take up from over the road there.
Yeah, man, big heavy voice. So you're man? Oh, you don't hear me.
Mr. Hazelwood, Dave is speaking. You're not listening, so I listen up.
Okay, I didn't hear him.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Dave.
I'm asking you, hearing about you. You were a tongue man before you come and lay you, man? It's like that?
I left.
Are you a tongue man?
I left you in the 16 years of prison come.
Oh, so then you return to you.
I go back to you. I'm back in the 60s, going back to 70.
Yeah.
Come back on the forward, eh? Because I have to leave when I have to.
Well, let everybody cricket now. Say no.
I'm
saying, Mr. Hazelwood, our men cannot bat.
Huh?
I'm saying to you that our men cannot bat.
You have to call it coaches.
Because they don't practice the bat.
They realize smart is different for your bat at the ball.
Whooping. They call it whooping.
But smart is that's why you call it chess. It's just a skill.
Exactly.
You have to test the skill. You know? I go Barbados in 1971 when in what come down we Gabba stand them guys. They look okay, no need to go to see the men and them from India where was playing. You know? So I went branch for Long Victoria Park, and I was there. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I was there when the guy ran right, all of them was kicking the ball and the stand at bottom young. You know?
But let me go to the cricket. We have there we have 3 games. Was it 15, 17?
Parents 19. Yeah, Harrison Vincent the Grenadines, as I understand it. I just want concerning this, I was very disappointed with the performance of our players. You see, I think sometimes because it's Bangladesh, we are complacent and we think we could have, take advantage of
Hold 1 minute, please.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. T20 cricket is back. West Indies will face off against Bangladesh at the Arnesville Sports Complex on December 15th, 17th, and 19th at 8 p.m. sharp. It's non-stop entertainment and action. So bring the vibes. Get your Association office in Arnesville. The box office opens from December 2nd to December 19th, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily, or visit WestIndiesCricket.com. West Indies versus Bangladesh.
So, Christmas cricket day.
Yes, yeah. Going to make the point that all cricket in the nation now shown improvement in the standard, in the levels of cricket that they are playing. No longer, look at this, but sometimes I when they have their cricket, that's just by the way,
I know, yeah.
Taliban them love cricket because I was expecting them to make noise with these guys playing in other parts of the world, but Afghanistan has now become a force to be reckoned with. And you know why? Because of their clever spin bowling.
And
that's right, of course. And we in West Indies, yes, in the West Indies have a lot to do, a lot to catch up.
Dave, what
do
you think is the solution to our game?
It ain't just a one I can give you. There's a lot because we're playing cricket at all different levels now. We have men coming up. Where is that going to take place again? You have
the solution. They win
under 90.
They win.
Yeah. All right. You have under 19. You have under 23. So something is not clicking or working right. Because, and sometimes I wonder if these youngsters have been taught the history of West Indies cricket. We jokers now in the pack because we're fighting to get up there to improve our position in ranking as far as cricket is concerned. We are 7 or 8 levels of best hope is in the one 2020 and what happened the last time, right? So it's not clicking, and I don't know if having the wrong selectors or what. I just don't know where to lay the blame. Certainly, yes, we see. You know what I noticed? Like I said, they may have underestimated Bangladesh, but when I see how they perform against Bangladesh in this last test match, they really outplayed them because it's some spin bowling, and them guys, they couldn't negotiate bowling at all. And plus, this 22-year-old fast bowler, if he continues like that, he has a great future ahead.
I'm telling you, the man is a wrecking crew.
But Dave,
yeah.
Let me tell you something. When you drop 4 catch after one,
well,
4 catch after one, man.
Catches win matches.
In lesser than 3 or 4 overs. What you expect?
I hear you.
Bada
Right,
hitting
so
a man hand blam gong in the chest gong. They can't catch.
yeah,
They
this
can't
they could
feel.
only be this. Yeah, no,
And
their
that's the
performance is
problem.
really disappointing.
And the
Yeah, oh
open
well,
back.
all of that,
Our
all
captain.
of that has to be improved.
Our
All of
captain
that
is
has to
climbing
get
up with
better.
somebody else captaining team.
And then the
If I want to do something, play the captain as a batsman, but not the captain as a batsman.
well,
Because he's not
maybe
doing well.
he's too
So who you gonna put
And he
maybe
can't
he's
captain?
too
set the field.
comfortable.
Here's the
He's
word.
not setting the field in a correct way.
Here's the word. Who
Hello.
you gonna put the captain?
Huh?
Who will you put for captain?
Put one in Napuche.
Oh God! Well, if you only had nappy things, you put a nappy things in too. If you only had that, I mean, let's face
They
it.
might do something better.
Yeah, I hear you. Let's face it. If
I
you
can't
only
listen
producing
to
nappy
somebody.
things,
Because we can't
yeah, but
understand very good. Okay.
yes,
But
Wait.
we have these 3 games coming up, and I hope that persons turn out and
I
support
believe
West
they might
Indies.
do better in the 15
And
and the 20.
it
I
will be
believe they got it.
it will be nice to see them turn out and do very well. At least
Some
win
of
2
them
out
going
of the
coming
game.
back and
At least win 2 out
they're
of the
going.
3 games.
I believe they will be better.
Yeah, well, this is more West Indies type of cricket these days. The faster game, the T20, and then they have the 50 over ODI, to play. But coming back to the test team, we really don't have a solid test team where batsmen are concerned. The batters seem unable to concentrate for a long period.
I have somebody
We don't
else.
have like a
Hold on there. Let me
I'm
see.
giving up now.
Yeah, okay, sir. All right,
Right.
okay. Let's see who is this other WhatsApp caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Dougie. Yes, I want to make a contribution
Sure,
with
go ahead.
West Indies cricket.
Go ahead.
I think, Mr. I think Mr. Hazel would make a comment there with spin bowler. You don't need no spin bowler when you batting for 164. The pace bowler them do very well. West Indies batting is just not good. You understand? And you go second innings and pace bowler bowl them out again. That runs, we had day and a half to sit down and make the runs. We don't make the runs.
Hold it thought. I got another call who might want to confuse you. Good evening, caller.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna change it a bit.
Oh, don't change it yet. Just hold on there. Let the caller they finish with his synopsis. I agree with you and a caller about the fast bowling. The bowlers did the job. We don't have a batting team. We can't bat.
We cannot bat. We cannot bat. So don't blame Roach and blame no bowler.
I was saying to someone the other day on this program when I was in the States. I've been watching a issue with a team someplace. I can't remember where it is. And they said it was in an academy. They put you to bowl, right? I think it's Australia, one of them, or to bat. And they have some games that they're playing down. You bat until you don't bat out your time. If you get ball on 6 times, you have to sit there and you have to bat and you have to face the bowling. And they learn how to bat and stay with it.
Look at the batting. If a West Indian man even self make 100 first innings, Dougie, you could bet any money in a make run second innings. And that's how we're going all the time. West Indies will have 3 tests. One guy make a run 100 in the first one. Another make no more in the rest test. And the batting are the problem. The batting. The batting for me, yes. The batting is well let we down in this test.
Is a discipline.
There is no problem with the bowler.
Is a discipline
no
in the
problem.
batting. Because 250 runs ain't supposed to be no problem to make.
Dougie, 164. That's a 2 for 1.
Yeah.
You bowl out a man for 164, that's 2 for 1.
Exactly.
If the team good for that.
Exactly.
2 for 1.
Exactly.
If you not give them 2 for 1, You just have to go make a little job.
I only got
You
8
understand?
minutes remaining, and I got somebody want to
Okay.
do thing. Thanks for the
Okay
call,
then.
eh? All right, okay.
Yes.
Dave, hold on there. Yeah, call us.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. We had to finish a little quick. Tell me,
No
sir.
problem at all.
Tell me what you want to talk
just,
about.
I was just reflecting a bit there. I am saying I remember growing up. As I say, I'm gonna change it a bit.
Uh-huh.
The two best commentator I ever heard on netball was Sherry Clark and Colin Williams.
Right, that's true.
You know, and there was always those two netball teams. They always was Maple and
Maples, yeah.
there was another one. Always competitive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I was just reflecting and so on. So I say, "Boy, these are the days when we had a good country going." But I don't know what's happening now.
We got it. We got everything, man. Don't worry.
Yeah. Just want to change it a bit. So you have a blessed night.
Thank you, sir. Don't worry. We got everything. Everything we got. We got everything. All right. Okay.
Oh,
All the best.
All right. Yeah, Dave.
I just want to support you with something you were speaking about earlier on. Long time I said that our sportsmen and sportswomen bring more recognition to our country than any politician can.
That's true.
And that became a all right.
Sports and the
But you know how many
arts.
years I said that? You know how many years I said?
Sports and the arts. You see, if you have a good artist, a good sports person, they bring more recognition. And so
But I just wanted to say this. I was getting to the point where sports is so full of money now that you call Viv I also think about that. If Viv Richards was around, he would have been a super millionaire, maybe a billionaire with the kind of expertise.
Him, Richie Richardson.
Right, all these guys.
Haynes and
Gordon,
Greenwich. What a set of people who could bat. Sobers in the early days of Sobers.
Right. I mean,
Even
there's
Brian,
so much other people.
even Brian
There's so
Lara,
many others.
even Brian Lara with his
Brian
at
Lara
his
was
kid.
the last best.
Yeah.
He was the last batsman who really
Look,
broke records.
Puran is about to get $100 million contract, you know.
Yes, I heard about him. Although he failed recently, especially against one of those teams we played recently.
They were playing in Dubai.
Yeah.
They were playing in Dubai. You know that is tournament down there.
Right.
Well, that's good
and
that tournament is
where-
down there. Men making real money, you know. Every as Alex King said to me, every auntie, grandson, picnic, everybody down there playing cricket right now from the Caribbean.
Wonderful for all of us. But I just want to leave with this too before you go. This guy, and remember the 800 meters was our focus where our Olympic athletes were concerned.
Right,
It just concluded Olympics. You know, the winner of the male 800 meters, an African from Kenya, he won the gold medal at the Olympics in the 800 meters final and so on. He came from a family of 11 children, poverty stricken. His father died before he made his big success. But the father, when you listen to poverty, man, it just made me want to cry with our black brothers and sisters in Africa. But thanks to him, when he won that 800 meters at the Olympics, he went back and bought a house for his mother and the rest of his siblings. And the mother, I heard him interviewing her on BBC and so on.
But Dave, what about Sadio, the Senegalese footballer, who said he never deal with motor car, all these 120 different 40 fancy motor car, fancy houses and so forth and whatnot. You know what he did? You know he did for his country? He built a hospital.
Yeah, and he was not the only one. This guy
was telling you
ago from Liberia.
Right. He built a stadium and support a lot of other things. He put his money back into
And one of our most successful, talking about baseball all around. The first match I saw in baseball was between Chicago White Sox and Toronto Blue Jays when I went to Canada for the first time. And you know what was the hit tune while I was watching the match?
Hot, hot. Yeah.
And that sent and I said, but look at that, look at what Caribbean music, where Caribbean music can reach. But I just want to say, one of our early Caribbean from Central America, I can't remember the name, he built a city in Central America for his country. He built a city all because of his money he got from playing baseball in the United States of America. So I just mentioned that to show you where, or to let people know. Well, thank God there's a change in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You are now becoming more aware, more conscious of what sports can do for all of us. It can take a country out of poverty. Government in these poor spaces can do.
Dave, the lady in Dominica that won gold for Dominica is long jump,
Yeah.
We mash up our long jump trap down Annisville too.
Well, I heard you. So why is that? Why? What was it? What's the reason?
I mean, we have to be more dotish set of people that ever exist in the world. You lay down an athletics track. It's not humbug in the cricket field. It ain't humbug in the football green. It's right in the periphery of Annisville too. And that trackers was expensive to lay down. They put concrete in the pit and they put a chain link fence right in the track.
Well, they're protecting something. I hear you with it.
I don't know what's the purpose if they put a fence there to stop the ball going wrong the road. I don't know, because there's an open field on every side. So where they put this chain link fence for, I don't know. Man, something has to be wrong with us. We're going to hear.
You may hear more about it.
Yeah, my brother. Well, that's how we're going to close it. That's how we're going to close it off.
All right.
All right, Dave. God bless. All right, that's it. That's the end of the night. Wait, I think my thing here got stuck. So if somebody was trying to call me, I apologize. I didn't realize the button got stuck inside of the phone button got stuck. So if you're trying to call me, I apologize. It's 9 o'clock. It's the end of Sports Highlights. We got to go. Sunday, we'll be back on. And we were supposed to have Alex on tonight. He came in twice, but we're discussing with the top belay person. So, Alex, I apologize to you and hope that we could discuss the West Indies cricket further as we go along. Take care. God bless you all. Have a good night.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. T20 cricket is back. West Indies will face off against Bangladesh at the Arnesville Sports Complex on December 15th, 17th, and 19th.